He stopped, when the recording
I'm flying
started,
like
huh?
a dragon, cause JC he's swagging. Sometimes I got some rhymes while you act like you're surprised.
Bro, that didn't
You
even
didn't
rhyme.
know I'm like one of them guys?
That didn't even rhyme.
Yeah, it
cuz.
did.
No, it didn't.
Play it back.
Welcome to Fresh Out. I'm Cude.
I'm JC.
And we're fresh out of How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon reinvigorates audiences' love for the original animated film by bringing us a live-action version of the heartfelt story we know and the dragons we love. So, How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Ooh, nailed it.
Dude, this is a live-action remake of the 2010 beloved animated movie, which I never saw.
Yeah,
Did you see
no,
it
I
back
actually
in the
didn't see
day?
it either. No,
You didn't? Okay.
I did kind of watch it recently just because I was curious, and it's
I was going to cheat and do that, but I wanted to do it on like an even keel and just see like, okay, why does everybody love this cartoon so much?
absolutely
Yeah,
and there's a lot
definitely.
of reasons to love it, and I think they bring back a lot of those reasons because, and you'll see this in other reviews, it's basically a shot-for-shot remake.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
This is the closest remake that you can get, but
Yes.
it was directed by the same director, wasn't it?
Yes. Dean DeBlois. I'm probably
Dean DeBlois.
Dean DeBlois.
Yep, Dean DeBlois.
Maybe we're mispronouncing, but
Yeah.
And
So-
fun fact: Chris Sanders was the co-director of the original film, who was also the director of Lilo and Stitch, the original film, and the voice of Stitch. So
Exactly. Another
facts.
remake that just happened. So we're just
Yeah.
doing remake. Hollywood's just
remakes
busting
and
out
remakes
these
on remakes. Yeah.
So this movie is about a Viking tribe on an
Yep.
island called Berk. They've been at a war with dragons for centuries or however long.
Mm-hmm.
You have a main chief that's played by Gerard Butler. His name
Yep.
is Stoic.
Stoic.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so he is very bloodthirsty for the dragons. They take pride in killing dragons. That's how you become a man in this tribe.
Yes.
Is by killing dragons.
The highest honor.
Exactly.
It's kind of a Game of Thrones kind of vibe, right?
Exactly.
You're like the King Slayer or the Dragon Slayer, right?
There you go.
We see
and he
that.
has a son, a pretty weak son. His name is Hiccup. And
Yep.
this is played by Mason Thames. And basically, he's a little smarter. He's a little bit more of an inventor.
Yes.
He's not as Viking, like brawny.
Oh,
He's
no
a
way.
little skinny, puny kid.
Polar opposites. You wouldn't even know that Hiccup was the son of Stoic.
Exactly,
Even by the
exactly.
names, Stoic and Hiccup.
Yeah, exactly.
That should tell you.
Like he's a mistake or something.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to impress his father. He wants to be a part of this dragon killing culture.
It's his dream.
Yes. And so this movie is basically about the old ways of violence versus the new ways of peacefulness.
Yes.
And how Hiccup, I wouldn't say tames, but how he befriends the dragons
Yes.
and not uses them, but co-ops them
Absolutely.
into the tribe.
He navigates this new territory between there's a healthy way to still kind of sedate certain dragons. It's not like we have to kill them. We just need to chill them out and then find some common ground. They're as scared of us as we are of them.
Exactly.
Most likely because, right, we all have a conscience. We all just don't really know, what are you thinking? What am I thinking? We
Yeah.
both have swords. We both have flames.
So
and
the
we're just coming at
dogs,
each
from
other.
what I got from it, is the dragons are kind of like dogs. Like
Yes,
a
that's a good
dog
way of
will
thinking about
attack you. If you're coming at a dog with a sword, then yeah, he's gonna attack you. But if you come at him
tickling
with
him under
love,
the chin and
yeah,
you're
you know what I
scratching his
mean?
belly, he's gonna roll over.
Hiccup's idea is, hey, how about we do this a different way? And so basically, that's what this movie is about.
And actually, on Hiccup, let's talk about the casting of Hiccup.
Yes, casting.
Mason Thames crushed it.
Spot
right?
on, dude. I actually think that after watching a little bit of clips from the original animated one with Jay
Baruchel?
Baruchel, yeah. So his voice to me did not fit the cartoon character. But Mason Thames, like, everything fits.
It was actually him. That was just, he
Everything
embodied
fits.
it.
The face,
Absolutely, dude.
His face looks animated. You know what I mean? And his voice is kind of like, oh, wait. He's like the nerdy guy or whatever.
I think a lot of people are saying like this. I mean, you kind of knew him if you've seen the Black Phone, maybe, but this is kind of his breakout role. And
Now he was younger in Black Phone though.
Yes,
he was.
Yeah,
right.
And I feel like this is going to be that thing that propels him to that Timothy Chalamet.
Dude, he's a star, dude.
Yeah,
he's a star. So we have the other main character is Astrid. Who plays the Astrid?
Oh, Nico Parker. She's also a newcomer.
Yeah, she's a newcomer. I've only seen her in a couple of things. Mainly, the thing I remember from was Last of Us, season 1, episode
Last
1.
of Us,
She was the daughter of Joel. She got killed in the first episode though, so that was her
Spoiler alert.
shine. I mean, it's the first 15 minutes of the first episode. So don't watch it. So ruined. But so basically the casting, and then for his friends. His friends were really casted well. They used the kid from Deadpool 2. I don't remember his name.
Now, I know, but
he has like some New Zealand name.
Recognize him,
but but he was great in it.
A lot of newcomers that we don't know their names, but I feel like their future is bright. Like after seeing this, they hit all those comedic beats that you need, and I feel like with the dialogue, with the characters from the original film, like it all fits. And I feel like that's what you want, right?
Yeah, the casting was good, dude. The casting was on point. Nick Frost.
Nick Frost,
kind of like the
kind of unexpected.
mentor.
Yes,
the mentor.
Yeah, kind of like aside from the father
Hiccup
figure.
was like the apprentice at the blacksmith shop.
Yes,
so he's like the mentor or whatever.
Exactly.
So Nick Frost, and I kind of didn't recognize him. I had to look at him multiple times because like Nick Frost then cut some weight.
He did.
You know
he
what
cut
I mean?
down
like,
a little bit.
So I had to like look at him. I'm like, is that Nick Frost? And I was like, yeah, that's Nick Frost. I love Nick Frost.
And I think part of that was like also the costume design, right? Like
oh my god.
When you see Nick Frost, he's like almost undisguised. Like you wouldn't recognize him because he's like, man.
The costume design and just the overall set design and just like overall feel. This is so well done.
Yes.
Like you could tell that I don't know what the budget for this movie was, but just the costume design, just the little intricacies in the armor and just like everything was just done so well. The village, everything was done
Game
so
of Thrones
well, dude.
I would say again, right?
But a lighter,
absolutely
like a lighter
That's what
version
I mean.
of Game of Thrones.
It's like quality of Game of Thrones, but lighter. Like
the
tone is just completely.
Dude, so well done. Costume design, set design, all of that was great. And another thing that was really good in this movie was the CGI.
Ooh,
the CGI,
yes.
even though the dragons were cartoony looking, some of the dragons weren't. Like the more menacing dragons weren't cartoony looking, but like the main dragons, like you had a portly dragon.
Oh yeah.
And then you had Toothless is Hiccup's dragon.
Also Toothless, by the way.
Toothless,
oh my god.
Spot on.
Even
dude.
if you haven't seen the original film, which obviously like we were saying we haven't, but even just from images from the original film, you're like, wow.
And they did it in a way where it was like cartoony, but it was still like
it still felt like live.
Real. Yeah. They did a great the action scenes.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I would have saw this movie in 3D. If you have a chance, see this movie in 3D because it has to be amazing in 3D, dude.
It was great in theaters, but 3D, I can't even imagine what it was like. Because the flying scenes, there's a lot of going through some narrow areas, a lot of you're training a dragon. We're trying to figure out how this dragon can even.
A lot of things.
We're going up, we're going down, we're going around,
popping out at the screen like at you and stuff. So
I guarantee there was.
I don't know if this movie was made for 3D because they're not really making 3D movies anymore. But IMAX definitely. At least see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
Because these were epic action scenes. These were really good action scenes, dude. Like, not take your breath away. Like, my heart was never pounding, but like every time something was happening on screen, I was like, yo, this is really fun. It was a really fun movie,
It was a really
dude.
fun movie.
It was a really fun movie. And just to like be a person that never saw the original, I kind of like going into it raw where I don't have anything to compare it to, so I can just look at this movie.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I'm kind of glad that, because I was tempted to watch it on Max the other night, or Disney Plus or whatever it's on.
Yeah.
I was tempted to watch it the other night before we saw the movie, and I was like, you know what? I want to do this one just like Lilo and Stitch. Go in there and
Blank
just
slate,
base this movie off of what it was, and this was a really fun, good time.
Yeah.
Do you have any gripes about it? Do you have any?
Not really. I mean, I think the main thing for me was I watched it and then I watched I did stream afterwards just to kind of see, because I was like, okay, what's the difference here? I want to see a little comparison. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised in that, like, dialogue was similar, but I don't think it took away from anything. Like, you can tell, because it's actually the same director, right?
Yeah.
That he cares about this so much. If you're willing to recreate your own film in live action, but still keep it the same, that's how you know you love the original so much.
You didn't have to
I don't
fix
want to
it.
change anything.
Yeah, there was nothing needed to be
I was
fixed.
the original director. Why would I change anything?
Exactly.
So I just want to do it justice.
And you have so many people that complain about when remakes change certain things. So you know what? They just went in there. They were like, yo, we're not going to change anything.
Yeah.
We're going to add. We're going to add some more character time for the friends, because I guess in the original, from what I heard, the original doesn't really delve too deep on the friend group.
I think that's probably right.
So this movie added about 30 minutes of extra
30
stuff.
minutes, exactly.
You know what I mean? So instead of changing things, they just added. And so is this like a benchmark that more remakes need to take? Because everybody always complains, oh, they changed this and they changed that. So this movie kept everything the same from what I hear. Yeah. From the couple of reviews that we watched, like, it kept everything pretty much the same shot for shot. Yeah. And a lot of the dialogue is the same, right?
Yeah, honestly, almost exactly the same. So, you said review.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to review.
So before I review, the only thing
I don't
have a gripe. It's not a gripe, but I will say that I'm surprised that the original animated movie is so beloved and so, like, highly rated, because going into this one, I was just like, this story is kind of, I'm not gonna say generic, but I kind of already knew what was going to happen. Oh, Astrid and Hiccup, they're fighting. They're going to end up together. Stoic, the father, and Hiccup, the son, are on different ideologies. They're going to come to a...
I think also what...
it was just very...
A big part, yeah.
It was very by the numbers.
Yes,
this was a very by the numbers plot. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. Doesn't mean I wasn't entertained. But to think that so many people back in the day were like, whoa, this movie's so good. I'm like, this is a regular plot.
Yeah, but I think it's like
it's so regular.
I want to say it's like the fantasy of the dragons, and also I think something
the dragons were awesome.
We did forget to mention was the soundtrack.
The music was good.
Yeah, and I think they took
same composer,
exactly. And I think that was a big part of it, because you probably won't even realize there are certain songs and scores and things you've heard. They're like, oh, that was from How to Train Your Dragon. Like, I think it was
very
that
thrilling.
Good.
It was very thrilling.
Yes, a thrilling feeling.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It fit well with everything. Yeah. So yeah, what do you? Am I going first?
Up to you.
Did I go first last time?
I'll go first. Did
I go first?
You did go first last time.
Okay, you're first, dog.
Yeah.
What you doing?
All right, so, right, I didn't go shot for shot to see the exact film, but I got the sense of, like, where did we start, where are we at? And even that said, like, I'm the same way with Cude. You know, I always try to think standalone. I just want to know, how do I feel about this film on its own? And based on everything we've talked about, right, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Still pretty solid. The reason it wouldn't be at that 8 level is, to your point, it's a story I've kind of seen before. It's kind of like, you know, the beloved pet. But the thing that's cool is it's a dragon. Yeah. You're taming a dragon. That's a great story, right?
Yeah.
So either way, and also Mason Thames crushed it. Gerard Butler crushed it. Nico Parker was great, but I feel like, you know, it was more about that relationship. It was more about the son and the father, and where, you know, what is our version of greatness and like living in this society?
Yeah.
So
you're going 7 out of 10? All right, so my main things about this movie was the story was kind of generic. I guess it's just a story that I've heard so many times. It was nothing new. The action was great. The acting was great. The casting was great. The relationship between Astrid and Hiccup didn't really feel that real to me because she like kissed him out of nowhere, and I'm just like, I don't feel the.
That was like a recurring
Yeah,
thing.
I don't feel the chemistry between that.
I agree with you on that.
But his friends were funny. The friend group was funny.
Friends were funny.
Those were the funniest parts. Were the friend group, especially one of the friends. I don't know his name. It's like Snot Loader or something. It's something like that. But he's funny. He's like he reminded me of like not the Flash, but Flash from Spider-Man. No Way Home and the Tom Holland series Flash.
Gotcha.
The Indian guy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he reminded me of it. The
modern day Flash.
Yeah, he reminded me of that kid. Just like very braggadocious and just like, oh, that's because I taught him that. And we're best
taking
friends.
Taking credit for everything.
Yeah, taking credit for everything, dude. That kid was funny. That kid was really good. But I think I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10 on this also. Just because I would go with an 8 if the story was a little bit more original. Because like I said, I never saw the original, but this story just felt like I already saw it before in other animated movies. You know what I mean? Like the father and the son are fighting because they have different ideologies, but then they come together at the end. The person that's the bully, Astrid, and Hiccup, who's the dweeb, they fight at the beginning, but then they end up together. Like it's just very ABC by the numbers, which isn't a bad thing.
No, definitely
it's not a bad thing, but it doesn't make it great. It doesn't make it a 9.
A 7 score is a great score. That's
a 7 is good. A 7 is good. But it doesn't. Things go to a great level or to a 9 or a 10 when they make you think a little bit or make you feel a certain way. Everybody keeps on talking about this movie so heartfelt and all this stuff, and I'm like, this is kind of cookie cutter stuff. Like I didn't get it. It was cookie cutter.
That's some moments where I was tearing up a little bit. Come on. Don't even lie, dude.
I had no emotions watching this other than.
Because you have no emotions.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
I had no emotions watching this the whole time. I was just like, okay, this is entertaining. Yeah. But I did not feel a certain way. I didn't feel like heartwarming feeling because Gerard Butler finally accepted his son for who he is, and no, I didn't feel anything.
There was some moments where it was like too easy to resolve conflicts.
It's just very, very generic. It's a generic story, and people are just having nostalgia goggles on or something. Maybe this movie was groundbreaking when it came out. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It's a 7 out of 10. It's good. If you have kids, go with your kids. They're gonna love it. This movie was good. You will enjoy your time with it. You will enjoy your time. This is not a waste of time. Definitely go to the movies and see this in either IMAX or 3D.
Yeah.
I'd recommend seeing it in 3D.
Absolutely.
So yeah, dude. Thanks for watching Fresh Out. I'm Cude.
I'm JC.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Peace out, dude. Train those dragons, dog.
Train them.
With violence. No. With love. With love.
That's the whole point of the story.
All right. Thanks, guys.